Hi, Kat Chancellor with Stamp Art Connection and StampArtConnection.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and today I want to demonstrate how to put together this really cute card using the Tags and Tidings Bundle. Now this bundle is in the holiday catalog, and what it features is this photopolymer stamp. It's one solid stamp because it stamps all these little, whoa Tiger, settle down. That's Rocky, he just saw a squirrel. It stamps all these neat little tags, and then you can line it up with this framelit here, and what this will do is cut out your tags. So we're going to use that stamp set and the bundle, and we're going to make these two really cute cards for Christmas, for the holidays. Now what you're going to need to make this card is you are going to need two. Now when you cut them out, they're going to make two cards. You're going to need two pieces of Whisper White, cut at the regular 5.5 by 4 1/4. So what I'm using is the Merry Mistletoe that is part of the annual catalog, and that is that's featured here as part of the Christmas paper right here under the Mistletoe Designer Series paper. So this comes in 12 by 12, and what I've done is I've cut it down because it makes it just a little bit easier to manage to 6 inch by 6 inch. But I have an offer right now that if you go onto my StampArtConnection.com under products, you'll see that I'm offering you for $3, I'll give you the whole stack of paper, 6 by 6, so you can sample this, and it's a really good size for you to sample and make cards. So anyway, you're going to need two pieces of the plaid, and I'm going to kind of use those pieces that we're going to cut down to 5 1/4 by 4, and then we have two pieces of real red cardstock that I've cut down to 5 by 3 3/4. We're then going to use this is the shaded spruce ribbon, and it comes in the annual catalog under the metallic ribbon combo pack, and you get two colors. One of them is shaded spruce, and it's a really nice width that I'm going to use to embellish my card, with a little bit of red ribbon to make my bows. You're also going to need some gems, that rhinestones. I simply use my clear rhinestones, and I use a blended stamping blend marker. This is dark real red, and I color them before I put them on my my cardstock. Let's see. Lastly, you're going to need some dimensionals, and I think that's it. Oh yes, you're going to need your Stamping Blends markers so that you can color your sheet of tags you can use. I would recommend that if you use the watercolor pencils, that you cut your tags from the shimmer paper, because it's a little bit thicker. You can use your regular Stampin' Write markers to color your images, but I kind of like the Stamping Blends, and that's what I used. Okay, so let's go ahead and put these up, and let's get started. So now that I have these two pieces, what I want to do is I'm going to do some stamping, but first let me cut out my my two other pieces. I'm cutting these at 5 1/4 by 4, so there is 5 1/4. by 4. Okay, so that is my first piece of plaid that's going to go on that card. Nicely, there we go. Okay, and then my second one again is going to be 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, and I'm going to save all these pieces here because I never throw out DSP. They always come in handy. Stamparatus, and I'm going to show you what I've done to kind of modify it a bit. Now, there was some problems with the Stamparatus that when you just used it like this with just one plate, it kind of did not cap, it kind of lifted up here in the corner. There was kind of a high part. So it wasn't stamping totally flat. So as a modification, go ahead and take a piece of magnetic sheet, and these are the same magnetic sheets that I use in my from Amazon. I use them in my stamp cases to hold my framelits together. Use a magnetic sheet and cut it to fit right along here, which is 7 by 7, and it will just fit inside here. I did not take off the adhesive backing because I may want to keep it like this. Then go ahead, and since we're using photopolymer, we're going to go ahead and put in this foam sheet, and you'll notice that now it's flat, perfectly flat, and it will stamp much better as a modification. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our white cardstock, and this is what we're going to cut our labels. I'm going to lay my labels down here. I'm going to put these going to go ahead and put down those my magnets, and I'm missing a magnet, but I'm not going to fret for much longer on it. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. Okay, and now it's perfect. Oh, here it is. Look at that. You always have to check the back of your Stamparatus. There might be a magnet hiding back there. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm going to take my Memento black ink, and I'm going to stamp up my stamp. Stamp my stamp. Oops, hold on, get that, there you go. Oh, make sure the magnet is not in the way and it's not out. I'm just going to go ahead and just, and if I see any light edges, see I see some light areas, I'm just going to re-ink it. And there it is. Look at that. Just absolutely perfect. I love the Stamparatus. Oops, I got a little corner here. So I'm going to go back and just touch that up a little bit and make sure I get that corner. But there you go. Isn't that pretty? Very crisp and nice. So now we're going to take this out because this is the sheet that I'm going to use to color, and then we're going to cut this out. So let's put this aside. So okay, I took one of these pencils and with this eraser here, and I go over my stamp, and what it does is it kind of takes off some of the the smoothness, and it kind of roughs them up a little bit so that the ink will adhere better to your photopolymer stamps. It's kind of like how I prime in my photopolymer stamps. Okay, just a piece of paper here because I want to protect my Stamparatus. This is where I'm going to just put it here in the corner like this. Now this is where that modification comes in very handy, because now I'm going to take this off and I'm going to put this right here so that it's lined up in the corner like that. Alright, and then we're going to pick it up. See how it picks up nicely? Okay, and I can probably put a magnet there, right along that edge, right there. Yeah, that'll be fine. Just barely on the edge. That's what's nice about these long magnets. But if you slam them together, they will break, as you can see. So I'm kind of lining my magnet up to where there isn't any stamp. Right here. Okay, so that's perfect. Alright, so that's lined up. So now I'm going to take my Real Red ink and I'm just going to ink this up. This is a nice and juicy pad, so it's going to ink up very well. And then let me move that out of the way, and I'm going to get a very, very good image here on the corner. And there you go. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to move this out of the way. And now I'm going to take my other piece. I'm going to lay it in the same place. And we're just going to line that up and see that hits. Yep, that's right about there. I'm going to ink this up again. I hope you could hear that. I realized I didn't have my microphone clipped on. So I'll have to do a voiceover if you weren't able to hear my comments. Again, just kind of making sure. And there you go. Perfect. Okay. So now I have these two stamped using my Stamparatus. In the interest of time, I went ahead and I colored my my sheet using my my stamping blends. And now I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Big Shot, and with my framelit, it goes this way, and we're going to go ahead and cut this out. So my Big Shot, I am using my thin die adapter and my Big Shot platform thin die adapter, and I am using my precision base plate. And I'm going to lay that there, and we're going to center this right here, and they do line up nicely. And I'm kind of using focusing on my little gingerbread man there for lining it up. Let me get a good top plate here. Just going to lay this top plate right there. And I'm going to start bringing that in. And that should have, yep, perfect. Okay, so these are already popping out. Look at that, beautiful, just popped right out. Okay, and there we go. See? Nice job. So I'm just throwing that away. I'm going to put my framelit back in here. So I'm going to kind of organize these, and the one I'm going to pick off right away is this one here that says Merry Christmas. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my 2 red sheets, and I'm going to put this one here, and I love this no peeking, and you can almost cover, I mean, you can almost kind of like lay it down where they originally are, or not. You can see the little things kind of fall out. But do not open. Joy for you. I love this one here, Naughty and Nice. This. Kind of like that. Now, some of the other things you can do, and let me show you here in a minute. Okay, so here I'm just laying these out like this, and like that. Okay, so I have some extra pieces here. I don't have to use everything. I can kind of put those aside. I do have a red bow, but what I want to bring in here is I want to bring in this this ribbon, because what I'm going to do is, and let me just make sure I get this centered for you. Okay, is I'm going to take this Christmas to You and Yours, and we're just going to, I'm just going to thread this ribbon through here and bring it out the other side. You see my green nail? This is not mold. This is ink. I don't know if I'm going to get my nail. I'm a little self-conscious, but I don't think I'm going to get it off. I think it's just going to be there. Alright, so I'm going to just basically clip that there, because we're going to put that as a banner there. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one for Warm Wishes. Only I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to just do one like that, and then we're going to flip it around, and I'll use some tear tape or something to hold that one down. All right, so we got those 2 down. The next thing I want to do is I want to make a couple of bows. So it's not hard to make a bow with this green ribbon. I just basically grab it and I make 2 loops, flip it through, oops, flip it through, there you go, and there's my bow. And I can kind of pull it to whatever size I want, which is, that's about right. And we'll just kind of trim that one there. Okay, so I got a bow there. I'm also going to put a bow over here. Again, I just go ahead and make 2 loops like that. Pull them through, tighten it. Just kind of play with it here, pulling till you get the size that you want. Pull and tighten, and there you go. And then I can just go ahead and I can put these 2 together in there. I've got another bow. Okay, so I've got some bows, and now we're going to go ahead and let's start putting this together. Let's see, I'm going to save that for last, but what I want to do here is, do you see how some of these have, like that's a little tag? Well, let's say I don't want to turn this into a little tag, okay? I just want it to be a cute little, there. So now he's just a cute little gingerbread boy. This one here, ho ho ho, I'm going to cut this off because I don't really want this to be a tag, right? Because I'm really kind of, instead of using them as tags, I'm kind of using them as shapes. And I can do the same thing here, just cut straight across, and now I have a little present shape. And where I do have holes, what I'm going to do is we're going to fill those up with the little, with our rhinestones. And I can do the same thing with this one here. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to cut this one straight across right there. All right. And if it looks a little off, I can always, there, trim it a little bit. That's nice. See that? Very pretty. All right. So now let's get our dimensionals. And I'm using both the little ones and the big ones. And I want this one in the center right here. So I'm just going to go ahead, and I think this will fit. Yep, I will get a large dimensional, and I'm just going to center that, but I'm going to put a large dimensional right back here like that. Okay, there you go. And I mean, I have more over here. I mean, I can add more stuff if I wanted. I could turn this, instead of a tag, I could turn this into a bow. But I've already got these little bows that I made, so I think that's kind of a bit much. All right, so now that I have everything on my card, move that off. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of my tear tape because I don't want to lose my little bows. We're going to flip these over and we're going to put the tear tape on so that we can put it onto our plaid cardstock. Okay, so now that we have that done, now we're going to take some glue dots, and I'm using my brand new little stamping tool here. It's actually pretty good. Just gonna stick my glue dot right there, because that's where my bow is going. There we go. Grab another glue dot. Just put my bow right here. We're gonna put that bow right there. Okay, now let's pull in our rhinestones. So I'm grabbing my stamping blends. So I've got my rhinestones, and I'm taking this this end, the pen end of my stamping blends, and I've got 1, 2, 3 holes, and I want to do on that one, and I have 1 hole I want to do there, so I just need 4. And then I'm going to open this up. This is my putty side of my tool, so watch how neat this is. We're just going to pick that up, my putty, and we're going to put that right there. Move it, pick that up with my putty, put that one there, pick that up with my little putty side, and that one goes right there. And my last one over here, pick that one up, and we're going to put that one right there. And there you go. So, not bad. See that? And if you want, you can always just kind of touch them up a little bit. But I think they look pretty doggone good. So now we're ready to put them on our cardstock. And here are my cards, right here. Where's my other card? Here it is. So I'm just going to use my snail. And there you go. How do you like that? I think those turned out really nice. So here we go. I've got these cards made with the Tags and Tidings stamp set and framework. It's the bundle. Besides being able to make all kinds of cute little tags, you can also turn it into a really neat card. And I really think this is a cute card. Here I put a little tag, to and from, and I put you from you to me. So you can kind of change it up and take a tag and turn it into a little banner. So there's lots of really neat uses for this. So I really hope that you enjoyed my video. Again, go to stampartconnection.com if you're interested in getting a paper pack for $3. You get a whole little stack of paper while supplies last. Thanks for joining me. Cat Chancellor, Stamp Art Connection, and stampartconnection.com. Happy stamping.